Let's begin in a seated position with the hips on the heels. Just taking a moment here to close the eyes and connect with the breath. Right away bringing a bit more depth to the breathing, so finding fuller inhales in and deeper exhales out. And then blinking the eyes open and starting with some movement, interlacing the hands behind the spine, bringing the palms to touch, and then inhale, lifting the chest, and exhale, bring your hands to the outside of the right waist, so to the right hip bone, and lean your head over to the right shoulder so that we find a stretch in the left side of the neck. Keep drawing the shoulders down and away, and if it feels good, you can find a slight movement of the head to intensify the stretch. And back to center, reach the arms behind, and then over to the left, so to the outside of the left waist, leaning the head over to the left shoulder and finding some traction in the right side of the neck. Draw the shoulders down if you like, adding a little bit of movement of the head, feeling it out. And inhale back to center, release the grip, and now bring the hands in front of the chest, and again interlacing the fingers, reaching the arms long in front, palms facing away. Inhale, lifting the arms up, and exhale to round, reaching the arms long in front, rounding the spine. Inhale to reach up, open the chest, arch the spine, and exhale to round. One more time, inhale to reach up, and exhale to round. And from here, coming all the way forward into a tabletop position, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Inhale, drop your belly, lift the gaze, arch your spine, cow pose. And exhale, chin to the chest, navel in. And inhale to arch the spine and look up. Exhale to round, cat pose. And one last time into our cow, so arching the spine, tilting the sit bones, and then walking the hands towards the front of the mat and bringing either the forehead or chin and chest into the mat for puppy's pose, heart melting pose. Accessing the upper spine here, so stretching the spine, the neck, the shoulders. Keep breathing fully. And I'm pressing into the palms to come back to our tabletop and setting up for downward facing dog. Tuck the toes and lift the hips up. Starting with some movement here, bending the knees, pedaling the feet, moving the hips from side to side and feeling it out in our down dog, noticing what it feels like today. And then let's focus on our alignment for a moment, making sure the feet are hip distance apart, the palms are spread wide and pressing into the mat, and the spine is long. So we can always keep a slight bend in the knees if that helps us to find more length in the spine. With the next inhale, lift the right leg up, three-legged dog, and exhale, step the right foot between the hands and lower the left knee down into the mat, untuck the left toes and interlace your fingers to place the palms onto the thigh. Right ankle is underneath the right knee, and then we're going to stretch into the left hip flexor, the left quad muscle. So sink into that left hip and then find a gentle back bend by pressing the palms into the thigh and leaning back, opening the chest. Full breath in. And exhale to slowly come out of the pose, bringing the fingertips down into the mat and then shifting the hips back for a half split, bringing the left hip on top of the left knee and the right leg straight, flexing into the right foot and folding over that leg, finding length in the spine and stretching into the hamstring, into the calf muscle. Deep breath in, full breath out. Rebending into the right knee. And then planting the left palm down, lifting the left knee off the mat, and reaching the right arm up for easy twist. You can make a fist with the right hand and rotate into the wrist, into one way and the other. One more breath in. And exhale. Start to heel toe the right foot further to the right side of the mat, and then plant the right palm next to the left to the inside of the right foot, and start to shift forwards and backwards on the left toes in our runner's lunge, maybe drawing some circles with the hips, and then lowering the left knee down and tuck the left toes. You can either stay here or lower onto the forearms for a deeper version of that lizard pose, stretching into the hips, the inner thighs, and continuing to breathe fully and deeply. And to go a little bit deeper into that inner hip stretch, you can bring the right hand to the inner right thigh and then draw the leg away, so opening the knee and maybe rolling onto the outer blade of the right foot. If you want to go even deeper, you can start to bend the left knee and then reach back for the foot with your right hand, or a deep, deep quad stretch, drawing the heel in. One more full breath. And exhale to release the foot back down, lifting back onto the palms, and then tuck the left toes under to lift the left knee up, pressing into the palms to step the right foot back to the left into our downward facing dog. So lifting the hips up, and we'll move to the other side. So with the next inhale, lift the left leg up, three-legged dog, and exhale, step the left foot between the hands, lower the right knee down, untuck the right toes, interlace your fingers, and then place your palms onto the left thigh, pressing the hands into the thigh and sinking the right hip down to find that quad stretch and finding a back bend. So leaning the chest back, opening the throat, breathing fully. Deep inhale in, full exhale out. Bring your fingertips into the mat and shift the hips back, half split, half Hanumanasana. Right hip is on top of the right knee, so maybe you have to shift the left foot a little bit further. And then finding length in the spine, flexing the left foot and folding over the leg, stretching into the left hamstring, the left calf muscle. Full breath in, full breath out. Rebend the left knee, tuck the right toes, lift the right knee off the mat. Plant the right palm down to lift the left hand up, easy twist, open the chest and make a fist with the left hand, rotating one way and the other. Inhaling here. Exhale, heel toe the left foot to the left side of the mat, and then plant the left palm next to the right, to the inside of that foot, and start to shift forwards and backwards on the right toes. Again, you can start to draw circles with the hips if that feels good. And lowering the right knee down, and either staying on the palms or lowering down onto the forearms for our full lizard pose. Breathing into that inner hip, into the thigh. If we're gonna go deeper, you can place the left hand to the inside of that left leg and then drawing that knee away from us, rolling onto the outer blade of the left foot. And if we want to go even deeper, we can bend the right knee and get hold of that foot. If you cannot reach the foot, still keep drawing that heel in so that you strengthen the hamstring, so then eventually we'll be able to get hold of the foot. One more breath here. And exhale to release. Pressing the palms into the mat, lifting the right knee off the mat and stepping the left foot back into our downward facing dog. Hips up high. And now bring your feet a little bit closer to your hands, so shorten your down dog. We're gonna move into a twist, bringing the right hand to the left ankle or the left shin, twisting over to the left, maybe bring the gaze underneath the left shoulder. Full breath here. Exhale to plant the hand down and then bringing the left hand to the right ankle or the right shin, twisting over to the right. Deep inhale. And with the exhale, planting the left palm back into the mat. And from here, we're gonna move into our pigeon pose, bringing the right knee into the chest, and then placing the right shin down and extending the left leg long behind, making sure that leg is really long and straight. Then coming onto the fingertips to lift the chest, squaring off the hips, and with the exhale, folding over that shin, bringing the forehead down and stretching deeply into that outer right hip. Still maintaining our deep and full breath to access that stretch a little bit deeper. From here, start to walk your hands a bit more over to the left so that we're more folding over the foot instead of the shin. Breathing even deeper and stretching even deeper into that outer hip. Full breath in, full breath out. And starting to press into the palms to lift back up, moving out of the pose slowly, bringing the palms into the mat and then tucking the left toes under to lift the knee up and stepping the right foot back into our down dog. Maybe you want to wiggle it out a little bit. And then bringing the left knee forward, placing the left shin down, squaring off the hips. Inhale to lift the chest. And exhale to fold over that left shin, bringing the forehead down and stretching fully into the left outer hip. Maintaining our breath. Inhaling in and exhaling out. And to go into that stretch even deeper, we're going to walk the hands over to the right so that the upper body folds on top of the right foot. And we keep breathing, inhaling in, exhaling out. And pressing into the palms to lift back up, tuck the right toes under and step the left foot back, returning into our downward facing dog. And then from here, lowering the knees down into the mat and bringing the left knee a bit forward and placing the right knee behind the left. So we have one knee behind the other, bringing the heels wide apart to then send the hip bones back between the heels into the mat. So we're grounded with both sit bones and the knees are stacked on top of each other. Then reaching the left arm up, bending the elbow, maybe drawing the arm a bit further down with the help of the right hand. And reaching the right hand from underneath behind the spine to find our bind. So searching for opposite fingertips behind the spine. And if you make contact with the fingers, you can clasp the hands together. If not, just keep reaching towards each other, opening the shoulders and gently releasing. Now plant the left foot flat into the mat to the outside of that right thigh. Bring the left fingertips behind the spine into the mat. And inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, bring the right elbow to the outer left thigh for a twist. So gaze goes over the left shoulder. Chest is lifted. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, back through center over to the right for a counter twist. So both fingertips over to the right side. And we're gonna do a fun transition. So stay over to the right. Plant your palms to lift the hips up, keeping the feet where they are. Just walking the hands all the way over to the left, back to the front, and crossing the thighs. So now the left knee should be underneath the right. If that didn't work out for you, just come back into your tabletop and then bringing the left knee behind the right. And we'll do the bind behind the spine again, so reaching the right arm up this time, bending the elbow. And from there, the left hand comes from underneath, and we're searching again for opposite fingertips, maybe making contact, maybe not. Just trying it out, opening the shoulders and breathing deeply, inhaling in, exhaling out, and then releasing. And we'll do the twist on the other side, so plant the right foot flat into the mat next to the left thigh, right fingertips behind the spine, inhale reaching the left arm up, and exhale bringing the elbow to the outer left thigh, twisting over the right shoulder, long spine, inhaling and exhaling. Inhale to center and exhale for a counter twist over to the left, so bringing the fingertips to the left and back to the center. And now just shifting your legs to one side, we're gonna move into frog pose, one of the most intense stretches for sure. Bringing the knees as wide apart as possible. If you have very sensitive knees, then try to bring a towel or something underneath your kneecaps. And then bringing the inner soles of the feet into the mat. There's a 90-degree angle in the knees. And we're gonna do cat-cows now. So with the inhale, arching the spine and lifting the gaze. This should really intensify the stretch. And exhale to round the spine and bringing the chin to the chest. Inhale to look up and arch. And exhale to round. And then coming back to a neutral spine and starting to shift forwards and backwards with the hips. Maybe lowering onto the forearms. And the further back we shift the hips, the deeper the stretch in the inner thighs. So find your maximum point here, and let's stay for one more full round of breath. Inhale and exhale to lift back onto the palms, and slowly coming out of the pose, bringing the knees back together and just sending the hips onto the heels. We're done with our after workout stretch. I hope you do feel stretched. Thank you so much for joining us. Check out my other videos for more yoga, for more stretching, for stress release. I would love to see you around here. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel to stay up to date with all new videos. And if you have questions, just come to my Instagram, or you can also always leave it in the comments. And I'll see you soon. Bye.